Hello guys, happy 2019 to all of you. Hope you had a very nice new year. In this video I'll be going over my editing and gaming setup. I'll be showing you my PC, my camera gear and all of the stuff I use to make my YouTube videos, as well as the programs I use to edit the videos and edit my photographs. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Do not forget to subscribe to the channel if you enjoy what I do and you want to support my work. And without any further ado, let's get on with the video. I almost forgot, before going any further with the video, I just want to promote my good friend Cansini. Please follow her Facebook page. She does a lot of awesome cosplays. Fina Cosplay, I'll leave a link to her Facebook page on the description of the video. She does awesome cosplays, very complex costumes, big props, big shorts. She's a very good friend of mine and she really deserves more love. So give her a like, go follow her work. Her Facebook page will be on the description of the video. And yeah, if you enjoy complex costumes and big props, be sure to follow her and support her work. Fina Cosplay. Starting off the setup, we have what powers it all up, which is my PC. This is a PC I made in 2017. At the time I didn't have that much luck because of the crypto miners. At the time the crypto miners were already running about, and so the GPU prices were not that good. It's basically got a GTX 1066 GB from NVIDIA for the GPU. For the CPU it's got an Intel i5 7600, 4 cores, 4 threads, and it's got 8 GB of RAM running at 2400 MHz. For the storage, I have the main one, 250 GB SSD from Samsung and a WD Green 2 TB for secondary storage. The PC itself is not really that great. At the time, I really did not know much about the components for PCs. I didn't want to buy a very expensive PC as well. I had a budget set, and I really did not want to pay a lot. I just really needed a new PC to start editing the videos and photographs from the new camera, because my old PC was too slow and not really powerful enough to handle those files. And so at the time I made this PC, it was decent enough, but now it's just so horrible. But unfortunately there's not much I can do. I really cannot upgrade as of yet. I'm still waiting for some new hardware like the DDR5 to release and stuff like that. This PC is a lot faster than my old one. My old one only has 2 GB, this one has 8. Sometimes I wish I had 16, because for video and photo editing a lot more memory is much better, because the memory when you're doing highly intensive tasks and multitasking and stuff like that, more memory does help. Also, I should have went with an AMD processor because of the extra cores and threads. Intel processors, unfortunately, the one I have was the generation of Kaby Lake. They only increased the cores and thread counts with the Coffee Lake, and it was basically to fight against AMD. I should have waited the Ryzen 5 1600 at the time, as well as an AMD GPU to take advantage of the FreeSync monitor. So yeah, this is my PC, very outdated, not really that good. It's alright for gaming, not as much for the editing, but this is the PC I've been using since 2017 to edit all of my videos. And even though it's a little bit slow sometimes when I'm rendering stuff, it's much better than my old PC. And so yeah, Right here we have the audio interface which I use to record my audio. This is the M Audio M-Track 2x2. This is a USB and USB-C audio interface. I really like this interface. It's got 55 decibels of gain, so it's going to be enough to drive all of your microphones. I really like the fact that it's got the controls at the top, so they're easier for me to reach. It's also got LED lights at the side there to see if I'm clipping or not. And yeah, this is not that expensive, and it's a really nice audio interface and also very cool looking. Where here we have the boom arm, which I use with the microphone, and right here we have the microphone which I'm currently using, which is the Behringer Ultravoice XM8500. It's got the windscreen on to block the plosives. This is a dynamic microphone. It's not that expensive, it's very cheap, and it's one of the best microphones you can get for the money. Being a dynamic microphone, it's gonna not pick up as much background noise as a condenser, so if you're into live streaming or if you don't have a treated room like me, this is the best type of microphone you can get. The only really negative I have with this microphone is that it sounds a little bit muddy, but that is to be expected for the price you pay. For the boom arm, I made one using a NIKKOR lamp. I modified the NIKKOR lamp and made the boom arm, as you can see. I was gonna buy a cheap microphone boom arm, but from reviews I saw online, they were quite fragile and they can break very easily, so I made this one. The advantages of this one is that they're a lot less fragile, and they're much more flexible. As you can see, I can move it around like so. And yeah, a dedicated boom arms from Rode, for example, are way expensive, and I don't see the point in getting such an expensive microphone boom arm, so I made this one using the NIKKOR lamp, and this is my audio setup. So what you're seeing here is my line of external hard drive disks. This is where I store all of my stuff, my PC games, my ROMs, my photographs, my videos, my movies, everything goes here. As you can see, there's a lot of hard drive disks here. A lot of money was spent on this bad boys. Over here we have 8 terabyte WD my books, and here we have WD Elements 5 terabytes. On this one, the 5 terabytes one, I store my YouTube videos, my convention photos, and all of that. And then on my books, they each have one specific thing to store. I use them to store my animes, store my PC games, my ROMs, all of that, my TV shows as well. Everything goes here. So yeah, like I said, a lot of money was spent on this hard drive disks. They're still running very good. I haven't had any problems with them. I'm probably gonna have to buy 2 more in the future because I need a lot of storage, and I'm always getting them in the red mark. So, and now over here we have 2 more external hard drive disks. Yep, it didn't stop there. We have 2 WD my passports. Each one of them has 4 terabytes. These ones are portable, way smaller, as you can see. I use these ones to store my movies. One of them is for the movies, the other one is for the comic books and mangas. They're also used for backups and moving stuff around. They don't get as much use as the other ones, but still get some use. So yeah, so in total we have 11 hard drive disks. Yeah, 11. Here we have my monitor, which is the Asus VG245H. This is a gaming monitor from Asus. It's got AMD's FreeSync technology. It's got 1 millisecond response time, 75 Hz refresh rate, 1080p Full HD resolution, and it's packing a TN panel. AMD FreeSync technology helps during gameplays when your FPS numbers are above the monitor's refresh rate, so it's gonna reduce screen tear and stuttering. I cannot use that because I have an NVIDIA GPU. You cannot use AMD FreeSync if you have an AMD GPU, so I cannot use that, unfortunately. It's also got built-in speakers, the monitor, but they don't sound that good. They sound a little bit too compressed and muffled, which is why I bought these desktop speakers, which are the Logitech Z313. These are very cheap speakers, and they sound pretty alright. They sound a little bit too bassy. You can control the audio right here in the control pad. This is a 2.1 system, so they come with a subwoofer, which I have under my desk. Now, again, the monitor, it's a TN panel. I wish it was an IPS panel because IPS panels produce better colors and better viewing angles. And for people like me who do a lot of video and photo editing, it's gonna be a big plus. But even though it's a TN panel, this monitor is very good for the price. And the colors are very nice indeed. So, a pretty nice monitor from Asus. So right here we have my mechanical keyboard, which is the NIKKOR Krom Kael RGB. NIKKOR is a Spanish company. They make a lot of cheap products, but don't let that fool you. Their products are pretty awesome, I gotta say. I really like their products. This keyboard is fully mechanical. It's also got RGB lights. You can do a lot of effects with the RGB lights. I have them off now. I don't really need the RGB. I did not buy this keyboard for the RGB. I bought it because it was cheap and it was mechanical. It's obviously not going to be as good as high-end keyboards from Razer and Corsair, for example, but it does the job. It's also got a wrist rest, as you can see. It's fully magnetical, so you can detach it and attach it if you want. The switches are not Cherry MX switches, they're Kael Reds. Kael switches are basically copycats of Cherry MX switches. The tapping experience is alright, it's much better than membrane keyboards. The keys do make some noise, not that loud, but they do make some noise. Overall, I really like this keyboard, and yeah, it's not that expensive, and it's a really nice mechanical keyboard. So if you're looking for a mechanical keyboard at a good price, NIKKOR can cover you. Then right here we have my mouse, which is the Razer DeathAdder, the normal version. At the time I was debating between this mouse and the mouse from Logitech. I decided to buy this one because I bought it at a discounted price and it also came with some goodies as well. This is a great feeling mouse. That's the biggest selling point of all Razer mouses, is they feel amazing in the hand. I really love the way this mouse feels in my hand. It's very awesome. It's got a high DPI value as well. That is especially good if you want to be playing games like Counter-Strike where you're going to need fast reflexes and stuff like that. I don't really need that, so that really is not a selling point for me. It's also got lighting. The logo lights up as well. I have it turned off, obviously. Unfortunately, the mouse has not been holding that good. The rubber on the left side is starting to come out, and it's already got some scratches as well. But this mouse overall, it feels very good in the hand, and that's what matters really. It's a very nice mouse. It's also got these buttons here at the side to program extra functions as well, and it's a great mouse. Right here we have my gaming headset, which is the HyperX Cloud 2. This is a very nice headset from Kingston. This is the headset I brought when I made this PC. It's a very awesome sounding headset. The only really negative is the mic is not that good. It's not as great as a dedicated audio interface and the standalone microphone, which is why I upgraded to the Behringer. The mic is detachable. I no longer use it, which is why I don't have it on. That's also one of the big positives of this gaming headset, is the fact that the mic is detachable, so you can use it as normal headphones for listening to music if you want to. It comes with 7.1 surround card as well. It's not true 7.1, but it mimics 7.1 surround sound, and that's especially awesome if you're playing video games. You can hear other players' footsteps, for example, and it really gets you more in the action. It's not as good if you're listening to music because it's not gonna sound as great, but it's very awesome if you're playing video games. It's very comfortable, it's very nice, the build quality, and overall it's one of the best gaming headsets you can get for the money. So yeah, the Kingston HyperX Cloud 2. Right here we have my tablet, which is the Samsung Galaxy Tab S. I use this when I need to film long videos, very long videos, when there's a big convention like Lisboa Games Week or Iberanime, where I know I'm gonna have to film a lot of videos. I use it as a backup because my DSLR eats a lot of battery life if I record video. So I use the Samsung when I need that extra battery It's not that bad actually. This tablet is getting a little bit old now. It's from 2014, but the camera is actually pretty good. Outside, not in low light conditions, it's very awesome. However, in low light it does suffer a little bit. There's some noise, and also the video is cropped in, unfortunately, but it gets the job done when I need it. I just really use it when I really need it. So yeah. And then right here we have my smartphone, which is a Xiaomi Redmi 6A. Very budget smartphone. The camera is not that good. This is mostly just used when I want to make a quick snapshot, and this is also used for Instagram, for posting my stuff on Instagram. Like I said, the camera is not that good, unfortunately, but yeah, this is just mostly for Instagram stuff. So yeah, those are my secondary cameras, not as good as the main one, but they're mostly just for backup. So yeah. For my vlogging videos, I use this monopod right here, as you can see. This monopod came with the camera. It came with the kit. I use this monopod mostly for my vlogging videos. Instead of hand holding the camera, I use this monopod in my hand, and it helps to stabilize the footage a little bit, because my camera does not have built-in image stabilization on the body. So this monopod helps a little bit with that. As you can see here, it can extend up to 3 times. The head also can rotate a little bit and tilt. And yeah, I use this monopod. It's very simple monopod, nothing fancy about it, but it does help with the vlogging videos. So that's my monopod for my vlogging. Now, for the tripod, I use the Vanguard S-Pod CX203 AP. This is a very cheap tripod. It's not that expensive, and it's very good. This is what I use to make my YouTube videos. This is where I put the camera. It's very flexible. You can position it like you want. The legs do extend quite a bit. The part right here in the center does extend as well, and the head is also very flexible. As you can see, it extends here, and then the head, you can move the head to the sides, which is also one of the reasons I bought this tripod. You can move the head to the side like this, and you can also tilt it up and down, which is very useful for making harder angles. Working in harder angles, it's very useful. And overall, it's a very nice tripod. I highly recommend it if you're looking for a cheap tripod that will do the job. Very nice tripod from Vanguard. So yeah, this is a tripod I use to record my video setups and updates and all of that. So yeah. And now we get into the best part of the setup, which is the camera I use to make my videos and take my photographs. So the camera I use is the Nikon D5500. This is an APS-C CMOS 24 megapixel camera from Nikon. It's getting a little bit old now. It's from 2015, but it's still one of the best starting cameras if you mostly want to do photography as well as some video. One of the major negatives, the main negative aspect of this camera, and all of Nikon cameras for that matter, is the video autofocus. They really do not focus that good in video, but they still offer better image quality and video than the Canon ones. The Sony ones are better, but they're more expensive. This one is not that expensive. It's got a flip-out screen, as you can see. That is one of the main reasons I bought this camera, because of the flip-out screen, so I can frame myself. It's also got a touch screen, so that helps with the autofocus a little bit. It's very good in low light, but unfortunately the kit lens which came with it, which is this one, the 18-55 AFP lens, does limit me quite a lot in low light. I do a lot of event coverage, photographies and videos, and I really need the low light performance, but I really cannot get a prime which will give me better results. I cannot get it for many reasons. Number one, I need the versatility of the zoom. I need the wider angle. Then I'm probably gonna need more reach. I never know when I'm gonna need more reach or more wide angle. Then I also need the image stabilization, because this camera does not have built-in image stabilization in the body. Primes do not have image stabilization. Then this lens also has a pulsing motor, which means it's not gonna make noises during video recording, and the autofocus is a little bit better when focusing during video. Here you can see the microphone which I use for my YouTube videos when I'm talking straight to the camera. This is the Rode Videomicro. This is a very cheap microphone, and it's also very lightweight and small. It fits perfectly with small cameras like this Nikon right here. It's a shotgun mic, so what that means is it's gonna pick up what's right in front of it and reject the surroundings. One of the big positives of this microphone, and the main reason I bought it, it's the fact that it just plug and play. As you can see, you just plug it into the microphone jack and it's ready to go. It does not need battery power like the Pro versions. Speaking of the Pro version, I really don't think you need the Pro version. Shotgun mics for DSLRs and mirrorless cameras are not that great anyway. So yeah, I don't really think you need to spend that much money on a shotgun microphone. This is the perfect microphone for vlogging, especially with a camera like this with the flip out screen. So yeah, that is my camera, guys, the Nikon D5500. Still a great camera. I highly recommend it if you want to get into photography, if you want to transition from your smartphone. I will be doing a in-depth video review in the future, so be on the lookout for that. And so yeah, my camera, Nikon D5500, great starting camera. So now we're gonna get into the programs I like to use to edit my photos and videos, starting with Adobe Lightroom. This is the program I use to edit all of my photographs I take at the conventions, as well as photos of the cosplayers. This is a very simple program to use, and it's so powerful. It's got everything you need, really. You can get the hang of it in just one day. I'm currently on the Develop tab. Right here on the side, you can see that you can adjust the exposure, contrast, highlights, shadows, whites, blacks. You can add more clarity, you can dehaze, you can change saturation, vibrance. You can change the colors as well. You can do post sharpening. You can also do corrections to lens. Adobe Lightroom also has lens profiles, so you can fix a little bit of the vignetting of some lenses. It's getting updated quite frequently, and it's adding more profiles to more lenses. Like I was saying, this is a very simple to use program, and it's super powerful. It's got everything you really need. If you're looking to do more complex editing, like changing backgrounds and stuff like that, then I would recommend Photoshop. But if you just want to do basic tweaking of the colors or the exposure or stuff like that, then this is the best program you can use, period. It's so simple to use, and yet it's so powerful. So yeah, highly recommend it, Adobe Lightroom. Very, very awesome program. And now we get into the program I use to make all of my image related stuff for my channel. This is where I do my covers, my thumbnails, and background changes to some of my cosplays. This is Adobe Photoshop. This is the program I use for more complex editing. It's a lot more harder than Lightroom. It's much more complex. There's a lot of things I really don't know how to do, but it gets the job done. I did use for some time I did use PowerPoint, believe it or not, because at the time I really didn't know how to use Photoshop that well, so I used PowerPoint before transitioning into Photoshop. Photoshop is much better than PowerPoint. PowerPoint was really just as a means to do the thumbnails for the cosplay music videos and stuff like that, but Photoshop is so much better. As you can see right here, this is the banner I made for the channel. Then I also do the thumbnails, like you can see here from Lisboa Games Week, and I also do, not as much now, but I did do, like this one, I do some background changes to some of my cosplays. I really like how this one turned out. Actually, this one is from my corporate demon from 2015. I basically cut out myself and overlaid it, should I say, overlaid it right here in the background, and added this this blast. And so yeah, I really enjoyed this edited actually. So yeah, if you're looking to do stuff like this, like changing backgrounds, if you want to do some basic thumbnails, banners, then Photoshop is the way to go. And finally, we have the program I use to make and edit all of my videos for my YouTube channel, which is Sony Vegas Pro. This program is not that hard. It might seem a little bit difficult when you first start out, when you still don't know what to do, but once you get the hang of it, it's very simple to use. There's also Adobe Premiere Pro. I have tried that program as well, but that one, it's more memory and it's more complex than this, that's Sony Vegas. So I use Sony Vegas for all of my videos. Very basic and simple to use. There was a time where I used Movie Maker because some years prior, my PC, the PC which I still have, my old PC, was not powerful enough to use Sony Vegas. It only has like 2 gigs of RAM, and editing programs, especially video programs, require a lot of memory. My PC has 8 gigs, but sometimes I wish I had 16. I have had the Sony Vegas crash on me sometimes because I ran out of memory. That is especially true when I add a lot of video tracks, when I do a lot of overlays of videos and texts. It can get very tiresome on the memory and the CPU, and so yeah, I would advise, if you really want to get into video editing and stuff like that, you preferably want to get 16 gigs. If you really want to do video editing and photo editing, I would advise 16 gigs of RAM instead of 8. But I just added 8 because I don't really do these type of videos all the time, so 8 gigs of RAM is more than enough for me. Like I was saying, I did use Movie Maker at the time. Movie Maker was so much more limiting than this one is. Sony Vegas is so much better. I don't really do color grading. I try not to do color grading that much, so I just join the clips together and add the music. But this program is simple to use and it gets the job done. So if you're looking for a program to edit videos and make videos for YouTube, then I will recommend Sony Vegas. Premiere Pro is better, yes, but it's also more complex and it's also more memory intensive, also CPU intensive. So yeah, this is the program I use to make all of my videos, Sony Vegas Pro. I still like to use it, and yeah, aside from the memory problems, there's really not much I can complain about this. So yeah, this is the program I use to edit all of my videos. Also, the video you're watching now is the last cosplay music video for Lisboa Games Week 2018. The video is on my channel if you want to check it out. So yeah. So right here we have OBS Studio. This is the program I will be using for my future podcasts and gameplays. This is a recording and streaming program. It's one of the best ones available. I got this one because at the time I was searching for a recording program. I wanted to do some tests to see how things would play out, and I found this one and I liked it, so I decided to start using it. I sometimes have some problems with it, but overall it's been kicking. So yeah, this is the program I use for my recordings, for recording my desktop, and the one I'll be using for my future gameplay videos, OBS Studio. And that was my 2019 and onwards setup. The setup is not that great. The camera as well as the PC are very outdated, but unfortunately I'm still waiting for the perfect camera, and I want to upgrade my PC only when the next gen consoles release and when there's newer hardware. So for the time being, I'm gonna have to stick with what I have. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Do not forget to subscribe to the channel if you enjoy what I do and you want to support my work. Stay tuned because new videos will be coming very soon. I have already started making some scripts for future videos. If you have any suggestion, any video you want me to make, you can comment below in the comments. If you have any suggestion, you have any idea, anything you want me to make or talk about, you can post it there. Do not forget to visit my Facebook, my Instagram, my Flickr, my Vimeo, all of my social media. Everything will be in the description of the video. And also be sure to stay notified because by anything that, and also be sure to visit my social media links. Everything will be on the description of the video. Follow my work, enjoy what I do, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out.